Hi there, my name is Michaela O, and I am a junior biological systems engineering major at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I'm entering my fifth of 8 semesters of undergrad, and I am here to talk to you just a little bit about how I got to where I am and where I'm planning to go from here. All right, so I always kind of knew that I wanted to go to UNL for college. So for me, it was a little bit of an easier decision. So I always just grew up a Huskers fan. I was the kid who stayed with the adults the entire game and cheered on the Huskers while the rest of the kids were downstairs playing or in the other room or went outside, something like that. I was always there to watch the Huskers, either football, basketball, volleyball, all of the above. So I've always just kind of known that I want to be a Husker too when I grow up. I grew up in Nebraska, so that was kind of another reason why I wanted to go to UNL and why I was such a big Huskers fan. Without a pro team here, it was kind of uh, our home team and all of that to cheer for, and so that was fun. And I also didn't want to go too far away from home for both financial and um, personal reasons, such as wanting to be near my family. So my family is very important to me. I wanted to be able to have the opportunity to go visit them when I wanted to. It's really easy to make a day trip as I only live about an hour from Lincoln. Um, and it's really easy to have my parents come visit me or come back on a moment's notice if there's anything happening in my hometown. Or I've also had quite a few family members attend UNL, and I heard all of the great things about the city and the campus itself. And so it was a pretty easy decision to me, or for me, to decide to go to UNL. Finding a major was a little bit more of a challenging experience for me. So my favorite subjects growing up were always math and science. My mom was a math teacher, so some say I was kind of born into the math side of it, but I always really took to it and took to science. And so I was trying to find something where I would be able to merge those two subjects together. So I stumbled upon engineering. Growing up, I didn't have a ton of exposure to engineering. We didn't have any engineering programs or classes or anything throughout my grade school or high school. And so when I kind of found it, I was like, oh wow, this is perfect. It's putting that math, that science, problem solving, working with people, all of that stuff together. It was just kind of the perfect match for me. Um, Now came the question of what discipline I wanted to major in within engineering, because there are a lot of them. There's mechanical, there's civil, electrical, all of the above. And so I went to quite a few college visits, kind of did some research online, and found that I wanted to go into biological systems engineering. I found this small emphasis area within there called biomedical engineering, um, which I like to describe as engineering for the human body. And so that could look anything from biomechanics, looking at how the body works from an external perspective, kind of the angles and the forces and that kind of stuff. Or it could be something even as small as tissue engineering and working with the individual cells to try and grow those new tissues or anything like that. There's so many fields in biomedical engineering. I know people who have gone into prosthetics. I mean, things to look at like DNA, like I said, tissue engineering, all the way up to more of the macro stuff, like looking at those biomechanics. Uh, and looking at those biomechanics is what I've been doing in my research lab, which is the Nebraska Athletic Performance Laboratory. So I had the opportunity to receive a grant from there to do a research project with the professional staff in the lab. And we are looking at the biomechanics of resisted student athletes. And so they are running with a resistance band, and we are putting motion capture cameras on them to create 3D models and look at the angles that their body creates, look at how their form changes when they are running with different amounts of resistance versus no resistance, and all of that to help keep them safe and healthy and also progress in their training. So if there's one message that I would like to tell you all today, it's that in college, I would so highly recommend just getting involved. You meet so many great people, you have so many great experiences. Just get involved, and you never know where you can go with that. So a few things that I'm involved in: the Engineering Ambassadors Network. We go and talk to K through 12 students about different STEM topics and kind of help them to get interested in different fields. We give presentations about all sorts of different topics, from shoes to roller coasters to rockets. Try and kind of spark that interest in the STEM field. And then we always have a hands-on activity for them at the end to put into effect what they learned during the presentation. It's really, really fun. It's a great group of people, and I have learned a lot from it. I'm also a part of the Nebraska Honors Program. I've learned so much through there. There's special classes that you get to take if you're in honors. You get your own special honors advisor, network with different honors students, honors faculty, super great experience. And then one of the more extracurricular activities that I'm a part of is the Ultimate Frisbee team. Um, that's the picture on the bottom right there. It's just a fun group of gals. There is a guys team too, but it's a fun group of gals that we just go play Ultimate, and we get to travel all over the Midwest to go play students from other teams, other universities, and get to know each other, get some exercise, stress relief. It's really, really fun. So you can also get involved in major specific activities. So like I was saying earlier, my UCare grant is undergraduate research. I have the opportunity to be an undergraduate research assistant in the NAPL. So that bottom middle picture there is a picture of kind of similar to what my research project is right now. So that athlete is sprinting down the track, and then we have cameras picking up some markers that are on her body so that we can create 3D models of them. There's a ton of cool technology up in the lab, and I've really, really enjoyed being a part of that. Another activity that I am a part of is Tau Beta Pi, which is an engineering honor society. And so that has given me the opportunity to do volunteer work, community service, network with other engineering honors students, and some pretty cool faculty and staff members that I've been able to be a part of. It's a national organization, so it's not even just at UNL. A lot of cool opportunities in Tau Beta Pi. All right, so one of the biggest things that I learned in college is that time management is extremely essential. And so here is my schedule for the coming semester. So I'm taking 4 classes: human physiology, fluid dynamics, signals and systems, and then biochemistry too. So your class schedule in college, it's not going to look like that much, but it can fill up really, really quickly if you're not careful. So I have other commitments, such as being in the lab to work, or doing homework, being at Frisbee practice, going to the engineering ambassadors meetings, all of the above. So it's important to try and keep ahead of that and keep organized on your homework and your studying and all of that, so that you can go and have fun on the weekends or at night. Sometimes pre-pandemic, we used to go to a trivia night or karaoke, things like that. So if you want time for that, it's really, really essential to start developing your time management skills now, so that you can be prepared for college to have fun and be successful academically. So my final message here is that college is what you make of it. So there's really no wrong answer. So whichever college you decide, whichever program you decide, um, I know that you can make the best of it. So these are some pictures that I'd like to just kind of end my presentation with here, of some of my best experiences in college. Um, so on the top left there, that's my Frisbee team. We had just won a tournament, and so that was really fun. That one was down in Manhattan, Kansas. The bottom left was my first Husker basketball game as a student. And then the 2 on the right there are from a trip out. My Frisbee team went out to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We took a road trip out there for a week-long tournament. And so that was a really cool opportunity. Got to travel and be with friends. Here are some more pictures. In the top left there is a Nebraska volleyball game. In the top middle, that's the engineering ambassadors. We went ice skating. Lots of fun memories there. And then on the right was a view from the student section of Memorial Stadium. So that's pretty cool. And then on the bottom, those are both Frisbee pictures. So on the left was a costumed tournament. We went as Shrek. And then on the right, we were bringing out our inner child and we were playing on the playground there after our games. And so that was really fun. And finally, up on the top left here, that's the engineering ambassadors again. We were going out for dinner. And so that was a good time. And then the bottom three are Frisbee pictures. The one on the far left and far right, those are both from tournaments. And the one in the middle was from South Carolina, enjoying time with a dog we met named Harold on the beach. So as I said, college is really what you make of it. You get to make so many cool memories with so many cool friends. And all of that starts with just getting involved and finding your group of friends, finding those things that you're passionate about and kind of digging in deep with those to make the best experiences and memories that you can. Uh, Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed and I hope it was informational for you. And yeah, check out our other videos.